Welcome back on the Pioneer Postgame Show. I'm Joe Yates. I'm here alongside head coach Vanessa Fyffe. Coach, first and foremost, congratulations on the win. Big start to the conference season. I know it was a little rocky at the beginning, and I mentioned this with Noemi, just having to drive 3.5 hours to Newberry. Your team's ready to go. They're hyped for the start of conference play, and then 16 minutes in, thunderstorm, lightning, nothing you can do about it. You just kind of, unfortunately, have to deal with that and then drive home.
Yeah.
And then you all come in tonight, Wednesday, 5 o'clock. It could be an opportunity for the team to kind of come in lackadaisical and stuff like that, but you came out and it seemed like they were ready to go from the jump.
Yeah.
What does that say about your team and kind of the preparation you all had?
Yeah, I definitely think not playing Newberry because we were prepared that to be our conference opener. So that was something, so when we kind of got lightninged out on that, it definitely was something this week, especially with our players, our captains, my staff. We talked about that. We've got to go in, conference is Wednesday, Saturday, so we can't let something like that adjust us. We got to keep pushing forward and keep with our plan, kind of our rhythm, so we can continue that. So I think that was something we talked about a lot as a team when we got back from Newberry. Take that Sunday off, like we just had a game on Saturday, and let's keep that rhythm going. So when we come back on Monday, we start afresh and we clean the slate and we go forward.
Yeah, and consistency has been a proven factor to success over and over and over again as you look back at various different teams that have had that type of success. And then we dive into the game from the jump. 3 minutes in, you all score a first goal.
Yeah.
It was kind of this weird play where it kind of bounced off the goalkeeper's chest, and then Wilma was able to kind of slide it by her. And then from that point on, it was just kind of off to the races, and it felt like for a while there, you'd have Sydney getting past their back line and then shot on goal.
Yeah.
And it just wasn't, she couldn't find it early in that first half, and then your defense had to recover, and it felt like they really came back hard. I mean, obviously trying to score to match the game, but it just seemed like they had a different fire, and you all never really broke.
Right.
It's like maybe bent at times, but they stayed firm together as a unit.
Yeah, I think a big thing for us, and like my players will tell you, we're really much about our team culture, about the game is going to have ups and downs. The challenge for us as coaches and as players is how do we find our center, no matter what's going on around the game around us. I think our forwards, we're doing a great job getting forward, and I know for sometimes our forwards, if they're not finding that success, and get frustrating, but that's when you rely on your teammates, and they do a great job from the bench to the players on the field, all motivating each other and pushing each other to help keep that energy high, especially when we find frustration.
Yeah, and I think that's awesome. It really showed tonight, especially as you get later into the game. I know 3-1, really exciting, kind of to get up on that high with such little time left. And then, kind of that late goal slips by, but they really stayed focused. It felt like from a viewer's, from where I was sitting, it seemed like they really locked in for all 90 minutes.
Yeah, and that was something we talked about at halftime. Wingate's a tough team. They always put up a great battle, and they always come out hard. They're very physical, so that was something we talked about at half, being like, regardless of, I don't care what the scoreboard says, we've got to play our style of soccer for 90 minutes. And that's the challenge, to be consistent for 90. So we knew Wingate was going to come out pushing it in a way of trying to get goals and get forward. So we definitely need to make sure that we kind of counteracted that, keeping the calmness. But that was a big part of our conversation at halftime.
Yeah, and one more for you, Coach.
Okay.
I'll let you go enjoy this win. Obviously, a great start to conference, winning. You look ahead a little bit. We don't want to get too far ahead, but you got Anderson on Saturday. You got to get on the road, go back to South Carolina. Hopefully the weather stays away this time. And then you get to come back home for a 2-game home slate.
Yes.
And what does this do for your team?
Yeah.
You have a pretty good, successful non-conference schedule. And then you come in, and I feel like this is kind of a moment in the schedule where you can really propel forward.
I think for us, I always tell the team 24 hours. We're going to celebrate tonight. We're going to enjoy the win. It's our hard work that pays off. But come tomorrow, we clean the slate, we start again, we rebuild. So we never want to get too caught up in the wins or the losses, but for us, it's just a matter of, take every opponent one game at a time. We're gonna take this conference slow and steady, and find our opponents as they come to us, and we'll work to find success as we face them off.
Well, congratulations once again, Coach.
Yeah.
Pioneers defeat Wingate 3-2. For a full recap of tonight's game, go to TusculanPioneers.com.